Two men are behind bars this morning accused of robbing a South Central Rapid City business at gunpoint.
Around 11:40 Sunday morning, witnesses told police a man came into the store waving a gun and demanding money. Police say that man was 22-year-old Matthew Arapaho.
Video shows him leaving the store and meeting up with another man, later identified as 39-year-old Ronald Red Tomahawk.
Both men have been arrested for robbery, and police say Red Tomahawk assisted in helping Arapaho evade police and get rid of the gun. Investigators have recovered the weapon and determined it was a BB gun that was used.
Officials out of Brule County are trying to find a 39-year-old man from Pukwana who has not been seen since Saturday morning.
According to a post by the Brule County Sheriff's Office, Ryan Grimm left Saturday in a 2016 blue Honda Civic. He does not have his phone, money, or ID. Anyone with information is asked to contact the Brule County Sheriff's Office or Chamberlain Police. The U.S. military has brought Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and his wife Celia Flores to the United States after a military strike over the weekend. The pair are facing federal charges in the U.S. tied to drug trafficking and collaborating with gangs labeled as terrorist groups. U.S. Senator Mike Brown says he's in support of the operation.
Congress will hold hearings. We will do our due diligence. We will ask good questions, just as the American people would expect us to do. But in the meantime, this is a step in the right direction.
The South Dakota Democratic Party posted on Facebook that it is worried about the possibility of Trump, quote, plunging us into a needless war. Democratic U.S. Senator Amy Klobuchar of Minnesota said in a statement that she opposed sending American forces to Venezuela without authorization from Congress. You can find those full statements and hear from more South Dakotans by going to this story on our website. Now let's get a check of our weather with meteorologist Scott Mudd. Good morning, Scott.
All right. Good morning, Travis. Good morning, everybody. We are looking at another day with above average temperatures, numbers in the 40s and 50s, and even a chance for 60-degree weather in south central South Dakota. We'll try to hit 46 today in Sioux Falls, a little cooler than what we had yesterday. Yesterday's high at 50. 44 in Aberdeen, 41 in Watertown. Now, we do have areas of fog. Keep that in mind. Southwestern Minnesota, maybe parts of northwestern Iowa this morning. Otherwise, a better chance for sunshine found across south central South Dakota, where temperatures will rebound to the 60s. And Brian will have more details on the forecast coming up.
Thank you, Scott. It was almost 4 years ago that Russian troops invaded Ukraine.
The recent meeting between Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and President Donald Trump did not yield any breakthroughs, but both expressed optimism that a deal is in the works.
As Majority Leader, it is one of the international issues South Dakota's John Thune is involved in. He says the conflict boils down to land.
If there's an off-ramp or middle ground, we'll see if it's there. I've had a number of conversations, not only with the president, but with his team, Secretary Rubio and others, as these discussions have gone forward about what that path looks like and how we get to a resolution that's peaceful and that ends the bloodshed. And I'm still hopeful. You have to be. But boy, the dynamics of that one are really tough.
Thune has been consistent in his support of providing military aid to Ukraine so it can defend itself from Russia.
The Dells Theater in Dell Rapids is close to their fundraising goal to buy a new projector.
The theater's owner originally planned to buy a used projector or apply for a grant, but then the community asked how it could help.
We had some community members that kept asking, where's your donation box? You should start a GoFundMe, start Venmo, So it was a community that kind of wanted me to start the funding.
Despite not quite hitting their goal, the new projector is on its way and can be expected in late January.
If you haven't had time to stop by Winter Wonderland at Falls Park this year, now's your final chance.
Tonight is the last night. The holiday decor will illuminate the park until next winter.
The lights will be on from 5 until midnight this evening.
That's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get another check your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, and it should be a pleasant evening to be out, but of course we're not going to have much snow, are we, with this forecast? We're back in the 40s today for Sioux Falls. Folks in the Northeast, you'll linger in the 30s a little longer today. Then we've had some fog, too, of course, across southwest Minnesota this morning and the far Northeast. But this afternoon, look at winter. Back to the low to mid 60s today. Rapid City will be in the 50s this afternoon. And it looks like for tomorrow, more mild weather. If we get any sprinkles out of this pattern, There's a chance a couple of you may end up seeing just a little bit of moisture on radar the next 24 hours. Today, there's been a little signal of that around Watertown. There's another signal of that. Maybe something comes out of the Black Hills tonight. But if we do pick up on that, temperatures alone are probably just marginally cold enough to support frozen precip, and most of the time it would end up being probably more sprinkles. There's another example of that tomorrow. A couple little things here and there can show up, but temperatures with that westerly, that broad flow out of the west, we're in the 40s and 50s once again for many of us. The Northeast is the spot that kind of lags behind a few degrees here. Not all that cold for this time of the year, but relatively speaking colder. How about Wednesday? Wednesday's the day where I think Sioux Falls could go back to 50 degrees again. And maybe winter hits 60s. Why not? We've been there several times already. Thursday, we start the cooling process. And then we get to talk about Friday. Friday's forecast looks like there will be a system that'll be on the move. Now, this is going to come in from the southwest. That's a little different orientation. We haven't had a lot of those over the course of the winters. So I do think there's something that merits some attention on that Friday and Saturday. Whether or not we're in the bullseye or if that goes a little south, a little east of us, that has yet to be determined. But it is going to start to cool off. Saturday, high near 30. Let's see how wrapped up that system gets, too. If we pull in some northwest winds, it'll probably be cold for a period of time. Next week already, though, is looking much warmer. So don't take this as a gateway into big winter weather. It looks like a storm system, yes. Could give us a hint of snow. Maybe Aberdeen, maybe not. We're kind of in that middle zone right now where more of this is probably tugged to the south of Aberdeen. But ahead of all of that, we've got highs here at least in the 30s and 40s. And Pierre, also a very mild week. And then we'll deal with that system there, that chance of some snow by Friday. But look at day 7. We've already taken into consideration how warm this pattern is. 50s are likely going to come back too next week for Rapid City. Check out more details with the weather online at KettleLand.com.